Welcome to the Smiles Are Wild show, brought to you by Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. We know as parents that taking care of your children's teeth can be overwhelming. That's why every week we will bring you educational content to encourage and empower you. Thanks for joining us. And then also we want to remind you that we also have lots of other places where you can find out information about PDAO. You can find us on Instagram by searching Smiles Are Wild. And then also we have a podcast available on iTunes and Spotify, and you can search Smiles Are Wild there as well. And then we also have a lot of video content where you can find all of our educational videos, orthodontic information, and other items, all focused on PDAO, kids' teeth, kids' oral health care, as well as some other announcements over on our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel can be found by searching Pediatric Dental Associates and Orthodontics. And if you would, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We would really appreciate it. So we know that summertime is starting. I know that this week has been a lot of last day of school here in the office. Hopefully by the time Memorial Day rolls around on Monday, everyone in our area will be done with school. And so we know that that also means lots of time at home, as well as road trips for families, outings outside. So we wanted to kind of give the precursor to summer and kind of give you just kind of an inside look of maybe kind of what would be a good snack versus a bad snack. So we kind of talk about this to kids when we go and visit schools. Well, we couldn't do it this year, but hopefully next year. We talked about this with kids, and we do something called good snacks versus bad snacks. And we have them do thumbs up for good snacks, thumbs down for bad snacks. And then we talk about why something may taste good, but it's not necessarily good for your teeth. And one of the things here at PDAO that we really want to stress is while we focus on kids' teeth and in general the mouth, we know and we truly believe that oral health care also leads to better overall health care. So if you're really taking care of their teeth, watching what they're intaking for the cavities and stuff like that, that can also, spill over into taking care of their bodies as well. And so today we just want to kind of talk about that. And I'm going to give a few little tips at the end, kind of what you can do to be prepared while you're on these trips. And then one more reminder is just that next week, we are going to have a special guest on our live. So you do not want to miss it. We're going to have a special guest along with a giveaway. So that's going to be next Thursday, June 3rd. And we'll have the event up here in a little bit because we think it's going to be really fun. And we really want a lot of people to tune into that. So let's get started on today's topic. So as we're traveling for the summer, you can be really tempted to stop and eat out and things like that. And that's totally fine. It's going to happen. We're all families on the go. And we understand that sometimes just a fast food meal is just what it's going to be. But on these long road trips, most parents will prepare some type of snack for them to have between meals. So we want to talk about how you can kind of still take care of their teeth while you're traveling. So we want to talk about the good and the bad. So good snacks for their oral health care, and all of these on the good list are going to be good for their overall health care, are like apples, fresh veggies, and cheeses. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. Not only are they healthy for their bodies as far as vitamins and calcium and all those things, but they actually for real clean their teeth as they're eating them. So think about when you bite into an apple or you bite into cheese. If it's a harder cheese, you're going to bite through it and it's going to scrape across your teeth. So that is why we recommend those types of items. Not only are they sugar free, for the most part, apples have natural sugar in them, but they're also cleaning their teeth at the same time. So it's a win-win. And then also, we just want to remind you on the good snack side to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. Staying hydrated is super important, especially here in our area. And as you travel, the more hydrated you are, the better you're going to feel during travel. It may cause a few more restroom stops than you prefer, but it is generally healthy for you and your kids. And then last time we talked about good snacks, bad snacks, and some other things on how you can take care of your teeth. We mentioned a really fun item that we had found called Hint water, and it's a sugar-free flavored water. You want to make sure you get it in the sugar-free and then also not the carbonated or the caffeinated. So it's just called Hint Water. They have it in several different flavors, and you can even find it in the juice box form at your Target or your Walmart. Okay. So again, your good snacks for traveling are going to be apples, cheeses, and fresh veggies. You can also do some types of dried nuts. Things in that category are obviously going to be healthy for them, for their body overall, but are really good for their teeth. And then now we're going to get into the not so fun, like bad stuff. And I just want to say a precursor that we want kids to be able to enjoy their summer. We want them to be able to have fun. We want them to be able to have candy and fun snacks and all of these things. But we just want to make sure that we're not creating unnecessary trips to the dentist for a cavity. So that's why we're kind of going over this. So let's get into the bad snack category. So, bad snacks are going to be pretty much anything that contains a lot of sugar or that is sticky. So if it's sticky or it sticks in the grooves of their teeth, or it contains a lot of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, any of those things, you're going to want to try to stay away from those. And now some of these you're going to be like, my goodness, I give my kids those all the time. And it's totally fine. We understand. We're going to give you some guidance on how you can take care of their teeth if they are subject to these types of snacks. So, crackers. Crackers get stuck in your teeth. Think about when you eat crackers, you're generally messing around with it, trying to get it out of your teeth for like a little bit. Well, kids aren't naturally going to be doing that. They don't feel that. So, we know that goldfish are really popular snacks, and they're not loaded with sugar or anything like that, but they are loaded with carbohydrates, which can break down and cause bacteria, which can then cause decay. So we're not saying no goldfish, but what we are saying is to make sure that when they do have these types of snacks, goldfish, peanut butter crackers, Cheez Its, that they are drinking plenty of water. Because as they drink the water, it will rinse out their mouth. And so this is just a win win situation again, to kind of keep their mouth nice and healthy while you're traveling, because you don't want to have to stop and brush their teeth all the time. Okay. Then the next thing is sticky foods. And this is another thing that we get some questions about sometimes is, but I give my kids fruit snacks because they love them and they're easy. I mean, I'm sure 95% of moms in our area are walking around with fruit snacks in their purse right now. Completely understandable. And fruit snacks are okay, but they are sticky. So you want to make sure that if they are having fruit snacks, that you're not letting them have the fruit snack and then eat the crackers and then go like a whole 12 hours without flossing or brushing their teeth. Okay. So just think about that, that when they have a gummy snack or a sticky snack, that anything they eat after that is just going to continue to stick to their teeth. So we just want to be really mindful of that. That also includes gummy vitamins as well in that category, is just to be mindful that they have had something that's sticky. So let's try to get it out of all their teeth and floss. I do realize they're not going to want to just like floss on the go. We're not saying that. We're just saying be mindful of how much you're giving it to them. And we always say just everything in moderation. And then the other fun thing is candy. So candy is it's a fun reward. It's fun when you're on a trip to get to run into the gas station and pick out your favorite candy. And we're not saying that no candy is allowed. But what we are saying is to try to stay away from the things that are stickier, things that are going to stick in the grooves of their teeth. And we always say that if they really, really want to have candy, that chocolate is best because it does rinse away. Now, we're not saying they can't have suckers and all the fun stuff that they want. We're just saying if they do have that, to be mindful that you're staying on top of your brushing and flossing routines. And then the next thing is sugary drinks. So, especially when we're on the road, when we're not at home, we tend to just be like, "Oh yeah, get whatever you want. Get your Gatorade, get your soda, get whatever." And again, that's fine in moderation. We want to make sure that we are brushing and flossing and getting all of that sugar off of their teeth, but we want to make sure that they're getting plenty of water. So if you can trade out and have them get a fun water or a flavored water, or you can also get the water, you can buy the water bottles at Walmart, just your regular like to go water stuff. And then you can actually take the sugar free like Crystal Light and put it in there. And then that makes it taste like Kool-Aid, but it's sugar free. So those are just a few ideas of kind of what you can reach for. There are sugar-free options of Gatorade and Powerade as well. And so when you're reaching for those, just be mindful of that and just making sure, because a lot of foods that are fun for kids are full of sugar, and that's why they love it. And then the other thing we just want to talk about are just a couple of hints, and that is to make sure that they're not snacking all day. So make sure that if they are having a snack, that it's like breakfast, a small snack, lunch, a small snack, and dinner, and that they're not just continuing to eat out of the bag of goldfish the entire trip. Okay. So you want to just make sure that you're really being mindful of what they're intaking. And then another hint is just to be prepared. The more prepared you are with the right kind of snacks, the less likely that you'll have to fight with them at the gas station over what they're going to choose to get. You can make it a reward that sometime in the trip, if we make it so long with no fights, we're going to get to go into this gas station and you're going to pick whatever candy you want. So think about where your stopping points are, and just be mindful of what they're choosing. And, like I said, make it a reward system. Make it so that they get the fun stuff if they've behaved. You can kind of use that to your advantage. And then last but not least, we want to make sure that you are staying on top of your brushing and flossing routine throughout the entire summer. So this does not just include on vacation or while you're at the beach, like it includes every single day. So I'm going to give you a few hints on how you can keep up with that without having to really just what I like to call agitate my children or just kind of be aggravating about it. But so there's a few things. So number one is just make sure as soon as they wake up every morning that they're brushing their teeth, and before they go to bed at night that they're brushing their teeth. As young children, you're most likely going to be the person that is with them. Now, as the kids get older and they're staying home and they're waking up later, like after you've gone to work, things like that, you can actually set timers on your Alexa or your any kind of like home device that you have to remind them to brush their teeth. Check in with them, have them send you pictures of them brushing your teeth. Like we have so much technology that would be available for you to do that. You can also buy electric toothbrushes that have Bluetooth in them, and then you can hook it up to your phone, and then you can see if they've actually been brushing. So there's all different kinds of ways, but the most important thing is just to make sure that they are on a routine for brushing at least twice a day and flossing once a day. And then something else that I was thinking would be you could make it a summer goal for your family. So if everybody brushes their teeth every day and flosses every day for the entire summer, then we're going to go do X at the end of summer, or everyone's going to get $10 to go to Walmart and buy whatever it is that they want. Or if there's like a family item you're wanting to buy, like a big blow up thing, or something going into the fall, like a really cool Halloween costume or something like that. There's really different ways that you can use this to your advantage. But you can just make it a summer family goal to make sure that everyone is brushing and flossing. People are always talking about summer bucket list and all those things, but I think really trying to stay on top of brushing and flossing is something that we really need to try to be mindful of, especially going into the summer routine. It can be really, really hard to stay on track with your routine during the summer. So biggest thing is to make sure that you, as soon as they wake up, they brush, and right before bed, they brush, and then make sure that they're flossing. Normally at night is when you'll floss because you've been eating all day. But just if you introduce that, if you come up with a fun game or you come up with a fun way that you're going to incorporate this for your family, be sure and let us know in the comments if you're going to make a calendar or a checkoff board or any type of reward system for the brushing and flossing. We would really love to see that. And then I am going to do my best to get some different kind of charts and stuff dropped into the comments here so that you can keep up with it. It can be really simple. Print out the calendar, make an X. And if I get a lot of copies made here, I'll leave them up at the front and you can come pick those up as well. We just really want to see kids really start to hone in on how important it is to take care of their teeth each and every day. There's this big joke that goes around. It's like, you don't really have to take care of your teeth, just the ones you want to keep. And I actually have a sign for that in my kids' bathroom. And they laugh about it all the time. But the biggest thing is we understand, like a lot of us here at PDAO are parents. All of our doctors are parents, and we completely understand the struggle, even as dental healthcare professionals, of keeping up with brushing at home. So we understand that it's not necessarily always top of mind. But if you create these little things for them to make it more of a reward, then your children are going to stay on top of it, as well as setting timers in your home. Especially if your teenager has a phone, like go and make them put an alarm on their phone that's every morning and every night to brush their teeth. And then set one for yourself as well to check on the kids to brush their teeth. And then last but not least is just to make sure that you're helping your kids. Anyone age 0 to 8 is obviously going to need some help there. As they get older, you're just going to need to be checking in, making sure they're getting all the way to the back of their molars, they're getting behind their front teeth on upper and lower, and if they're brushing along the gum line. You'll see a lot of times if you raise their lip, they'll have a lot of buildup just right there in between where the teeth meets the gum line. And that's because they're really focusing where they can just see when they're brushing, and they're not really focusing up on the gum line. So we're going to make sure we're checking back molars, the gum line, as well as behind the front teeth on the upper and the lower. So I hope all this information was helpful. We went over a lot today. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave a question in the comments. You can direct message us here on Facebook, and you can always email me directly. I am happy to answer questions. I've had several parents that have reached out to me with specific questions about their child, and I'm happy to get that information over to the dentist and get that information back to you as quickly as possible. My email is amy@smilesarewild.com. I want to thank you all for joining us today, and we'll see you guys again next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and go visit us on smilesarewild.com.